41%. Just let that sink in for a moment. According to the Federal Reserve, that's the percentage of American adults who couldn't cover a simple $400 emergency.
Hold on to your hat. Let's talk about the boxing legend, Mike Tyson. Over his career, he earned more than $300 million. That is just a staggering, almost impossible amount of money to even think about.
And yet, by 2003, he was also bankrupt.
Today, we're going to talk about something huge, the financial lessons that school, well, it never taught you. We're going to dig into why that traditional path we're all told to follow is often a financial trap, and what it really takes to break free from the rat race.
So think back for a second. All those subjects you cram for in school, algebra, biology, history, right? Now, what if I told you the single most important subject for your actual real life, how money really works, was just completely skipped? That little gap, that one missing subject, has massive consequences for pretty much all of us.
From day one, most of us were handed this life script. It's simple, right? Go to school, get a good job, and one day you'll get to retire. But here's the catch. That script, it wasn't written for you to achieve financial freedom. Nope. It was designed for financial survival. It's basically a blueprint for keeping you on a hamster wheel of earning and spending where you're running hard but never actually getting anywhere.
Okay, so what does this actually look like in the real world, this financial literacy gap? Well, the stats are pretty sobering. Let's just dive right into the numbers.
41%. Just let that sink in for a moment. According to the Federal Reserve, that's the percentage of American adults who couldn't cover a simple $400 emergency. We're talking about a surprise car repair, a small medical bill. They'd have to go into debt or sell something just to handle it. That's wild.
And it doesn't stop there. On top of that, the average American is juggling over $60,000 in personal debt. And that's not even counting their mortgage. For so many people, this isn't what freedom feels like. It's the exact opposite. It's a financial prison.
So, you gotta ask, how did we get here? Well, it's because the absolute fundamentals, the building blocks of financial health, were just never put in place. Think about it. Were you ever really taught how to budget properly, how to manage debt, how to invest, or even the super crucial difference between an asset and a liability? For most of us, the answer is no.
To really get why this happened, we have to kind of step into a time machine. See, our modern school system, it's a bit of an antique. It was designed way back during the industrial era. And its main goal? It wasn't to create a bunch of independent, financially smart people. It was to produce a reliable workforce, good, efficient employees for factories and offices.
And this comparison really lays it all out, doesn't it? School is great at teaching us to memorize facts and follow the rules. Basically, how to fit neatly into the existing economy. What it doesn't teach us is how to build actual wealth, how to get out of debt, or how to use incredible tools like compound interest. The bottom line is, it trains you to be a fantastic employee, not a wealthy owner.
Okay, so right about now, you might be thinking, all right, I get it, but if I just make a ton of money, like a huge salary, I'll be fine, right? Well, that is probably one of the most dangerous money myths out there. Let's look at a couple of stories from the world of fame that prove, without a doubt, that a big income has almost nothing to do with real wealth. You remember MC Hammer, right? You can't touch this. In the early 90s, he wasn't just a star, he was a phenomenon. And over his career, he pulled in over $30 million. That's an absolutely life-changing amount of money. Should have set him up forever.
But fast forward to 1996, and he's filing for bankruptcy. How? He said it himself. Too much success, too fast. I didn't understand money. See, it wasn't an income problem that took him down. It was a financial knowledge problem. He was making a fortune, but he wasn't building wealth. There's a huge difference. And hey, if you think $30 million is a lot to lose, hold on to your hat. Let's talk about the boxing legend, Mike Tyson. Over his career, he earned more than $300 million. That is just a staggering, almost impossible amount of money to even think about.
And yet, by 2003, he was also bankrupt. Tyson's quote just hits the nail on the head. Everyone knows I made a lot of money, but nobody knew how I spent it. And that's the whole lesson, right there. It's not about what you make, it's about what you keep. Without that financial know-how, even a mountain of cash can just disappear.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem. We've seen some pretty dramatic consequences. Now for the good part. Let's talk about the solution. What are those core ideas, those big mindset shifts that should have been day one, lesson one back in school?
First things first, we gotta throw out the old definition of wealth. It has nothing to do with a big paycheck or a flashy car. Real wealth
It's about two things: time and freedom. It's simply the ability to live your life without needing that next paycheck. Here's a good way to think about it. How long could you survive if you stopped working today?
And this next one, this is maybe the most important lesson of all. The difference between an asset and a liability. It's dead simple. An asset puts money in your pocket. Think a rental property that pays you every month. A liability takes money out of your pocket. And by that definition, yeah, that means your family home and your car because of things like mortgages, insurance, repairs. They're actually liabilities.
And then you've got what's been called the eighth wonder of the world, compound interest. Now, who knows if Einstein really said that, but the point is golden. Understand this, and it becomes your secret weapon for building wealth. Your money starts making money all by itself. But if you don't understand it, well, it becomes your worst enemy, working against you every single day in the form of credit card debt. You absolutely have to know which side of that equation you're on.
All right, so with this new way of thinking, how do we actually start making our escape from the rat race? It really boils down to just a few key principles that will completely change how you see money and work.
Here it is, the 3-step game plan. Number 1, start thinking like an owner, not an employee. Number 2, get a handle on the silent killer that is inflation. And number 3, create multiple streams of income so you're not chained to one paycheck.
That first step is a total game changer. It's a huge mental shift. See, the employee mindset is always asking, how can I get a raise? But the owner mindset asks a totally different question. How can I make my money work for me? How can I buy assets that pay me while I'm sleeping? That single question is the key. It shifts you away from just trading your time for dollars and toward building systems that generate money on their own. Next up, you have to get to know this silent thief called inflation. It's the reason a dollar in your hand today is worth less a year from now. So if you've got cash just sitting in a regular savings account, you're not standing still. You're actually losing purchasing power every single year. School totally skipped this lesson, but it's a basic rule of the money game. Your money has to be growing faster than inflation is eating it.
And finally, this is where it all comes together. A job pays you for your time. Simple as that. You clock in, you get paid. You clock out, the money stops. But assets, they pay you for time you're not working. That, right there, is the core of financial freedom. It's income that isn't tied to you physically showing up and doing something.
So here's the bottom line. School did a great job of teaching us how to work. It prepared us to be really good cogs in the big economic machine. But it completely dropped the ball on teaching us how money works. And closing that knowledge gap for yourself, that's the real first step toward any kind of financial independence.
So I'll leave you with this one simple question to think about. Right now in your life, are you trading your time for money, or is your money working for you? Because your answer to that question tells you everything you need to know about whether you're still in the rat race or if you're on the path out.
If you want to understand how money really works, subscribe to Behind the Dollar.